episode. I don't think we can. Maybe we can. Or maybe I just leave it up to you. I'm here regardless. 10 seconds. I feel like I'm casting a spell. 3, 2, 1. Good morning, everybody, and welcome. Today is Tuesday. It is June the 8th, 2021. My name is Jeremy. It's my birthday, and this is my first cup of coffee. All right. I can't use this thing anymore. Thank you, Frank. Frank says happy birthday. Hold on. I'll be right back. Oh. All right, I'm coming back. Okay. Apparently, was it yesterday that that thing was acting up? It just gave me like a whole mouthful of grounds, and I'm not dealing with that. It's my birthday. Yeah, that's gross. So we're going to use the other French press. What is going on with you? I think it just doesn't. I think it just needs to be replaced. So let's use this one. Because, you know, life is too short to drink coffee with grounds in it. That's gross. Who wants that? All right, we're trying again. Oh, so much better. Coffee shouldn't be chunky. Blech. Okay, I'm back. Thank you for that delay. Well, it is my birthday. Today I turned 42 years old and just stepped on the scale, which I haven't done in a while. Just kind of see where I'm at, take a few measurements, take a few pictures. And here's the thing. Here's one of the things that is important to me. I want to see how I can make the next year better in every way. But what I'm referencing right now is health. What things will I learn, discover about myself, about science, research, supplements, exercise in the next year that allows me to say, hey, I'm in better shape at 43 than I was at 42. Because I've been able to do that for well over a decade. I am in better shape now at 42 than I was in my early 30s. I have muscle. I definitely have better mental health. I have better relationships. I have Stacy's typing in, basically singing happy birthday. Thank you, Stacy. And it's something that's important to me. How can I take all of these parts of my life and make them better and share them with others? And there's a lot of great stuff going on. You know, I don't use my birthday to reflect on my professional life. For me, that's really New Year's. But my birthday is to reflect on my personal life. What's gone on in the past year. Personally, the last year's sucked. It really has, in a lot of ways. My circles are a lot smaller. Even than they weren't big to begin with. My father passed away. The cat's not doing well. You know, it's been tough. But what am I gonna do? Can't change those things. So I take the lessons I can, I accept them as best I can, and I move forward. Now, yesterday was supposed to be the kickoff of my birthday week and not working very much. It did not happen that way. I had meetings until noon. And that was supposed to be the end. But I had a few clients who kept throwing things at me. One of them had something that was kind of big that was happening today. And the client didn't do anything wrong. It was just, other than them choosing the timing to be on a week that I was gone. That was the only thing wrong. And they knew, but it's not like it really mattered. You know, we couldn't have gotten this workout last week, and they weren't going to want to wait another week just because I wasn't around. So I made some sacrifices they knew I did. And if they don't appreciate my loyalty, then, well, they better. And other than that, didn't do a lot. Worked, went to the gym. I fasted last night for dinner. I did not eat dinner because I wanted to sing. I haven't skipped a meal in a long time, other than, you know, waking up late and not having breakfast. But I kind of wanted to see over the last month, since I haven't been drinking alcohol, I wanted to see what I could get my body to. You know, not just weight. You know, the scale isn't the priority of me. It's more like how can I feel? How can I look? I thought it was a good way to ring in the day. So yesterday was interesting. It was nothing but white fish and ground turkey and no salt. I didn't even put salt in my coffee yesterday. And the scale showed a number I haven't seen in a long time. And that was pretty cool. Not that I put a lot of emphasis on the scale, but just to know that I could do that much work on myself in a month was good. Yeah, went to the gym, came home. The gym was kind of fun. There were some cool people there last night. And so today, I have one meeting at 8 with Justin about the magazine. That might go out today. That would be a pretty cool thing to have happen today on my birthday. I'd be pumped for that. But we got a couple very small details to handle, and then the day is mine. Now the question is what I'm going to do. The last few years, I have hiked, for those of you local, Camel's Hump. For those of you not local, it's still Camel's Hump, but you might not know what it is. But there are thunderstorms pending for the day. We've already had some rain here. Now I could hike and just not go to the top, but that's really lame. I don't like doing that. So the question is whether or not I'm going to go, or if I'm going to go do something else. I don't know what else I would do. So that's the challenge. Because I really want to do something. It's my birthday. I want to do something enjoyable, something I don't normally do. Taking a day off and going for a hike at like midweek, that's pretty cool. I don't get to do that. That's not true. I have done that, but I don't do it often. Last time I did that was last year on my birthday. So I'll watch the weather. I'll probably pack and get ready, and we'll see how it goes. What else? That's it. There's nothing else. That's my day. It's my birthday. I will be making a Facebook post. I've been thinking what I wanted to say for years. Stacy says impromptu trip to Craig or Andrew. As much as I love both of them, no. My idea of birthday fun is not spending hours in the car driving somewhere. It's being somewhere doing something. If the border was open, there are plenty of things I could go do in Montreal, but it's not. And that bums me out too. So. But I'll figure something out. Oh, anyway, so on Facebook, what I've done the last few years is basically said, hey, it's my birthday. You have to do something for me. And here's what I'm asking. And it's been things like forgive someone today that you've been holding a grudge with. Try to do something nice for a stranger. You know, very small things that done en masse. It's pretty cool. And today's is going to be about empathy. We've talked about it on this show. I see the greatest lack in society is empathy. And it is entirely, I will phrase it kindly, but it is entirely possible this goes off the rails. And if it does, well, there are just people that I'm going to remove from Facebook. That's all. I don't have time for this crap anymore. I'm 42 now. I can't deal with that. I almost said it. Where's my tablet? Let's see what you guys gave me. This right here is a pretty good birthday. Pretty good way to start the day. People watching me in a bathrobe that won't stay closed. While I talk about whatever, I talk about life. All right. Today looks like we got some stuff from Frank. And Frank is giving me bonus jokes for my birthday, so I'm going to read them. Cool. Thanks, Frank. Today is World Ocean Day. My friend has an unhealthy obsession with ocean life. I told her to seek help. What keeps the ocean from leaking out? The seals. What kind of car do they drive in the ocean? Muscle cars. Why do scuba divers fall backwards to enter the ocean? If they fell forward, they would just fall into the boat. What do you get if you mix a very sad cloud and the ocean? Tropical depression. I got some jokes about the oceans, but they're too dirty. Yeah, that's sad. A carrot, some corn, and a cucumber fell into the ocean. They're all seafoods. What kind of bus can cross the ocean? A Columbus. Why did the ocean roar? You would too if you had crabs on your bottom. What did one ocean say to the other? See you later. One of the saddest things for me about living in Vermont is the contrast between how we treat our state environmentally. We do a pretty darn good job. We actually have a state-funded day where people go out and pick up trash on the side of the road, and the state pays it. I'm doing a show. Go lay down. Don't be a pain in the butt today. I don't care. You're fine. It's called Green Up Day. Pretty cool. And then we have something like our largest lake, Lake Champlain, and it's disgusting. It's so, it is so, I won't swim in it. I won't go in it. It's filthy. And much of that is because Burlington's wastewater system is so grossly overloaded that it runs off into the lake. And they're like, oh, sorry, 20,000 gallons went in last night. Our bad. Or not really our bad. It needs to be upgraded, but nobody wants to pay for that. So we just let it go. That makes me sad. I miss swimming in lakes. So Frank's comment here with quote, today's Jeremy's birthday. Happy birthday, Jeremy. Thank you, Frank. We are always the same age inside. Gertrude Stein. I think I agree with that to a certain degree. I don't feel 42. If I didn't have a mirror, if I didn't know, people didn't tell me, I would assume I was still in my mid-20s. And honestly, I've always felt like I'm in my mid-20s. When I was 14, coffee rounds. When I was in my in my teens, I felt like I was in my mid-20s. There was a time when I was too old for my peers. Now I'm too young for my peers. Chris is here. Happy birthday. Thank you, Chris. And I missed this when Stacy, when I was talking about hiking and not getting zapped in a thunderstorm, Stacy says, just don't get zapped then. We want you around for 43. Well, thank you. She's empathizing my pain over Lake Champlain. We do have smaller ponds, and one of my hopes for the year is, here's the plan. I'll tell you the plan. I don't know if the plan's going to work because everyone's moved into the state and bought everything. But the plan was, is there a way I can take my father's home, take the equity from that, whether I sell it or use it as a down payment, and buy a small cabin on a lake somewhere. Because then I could rent it out, pay for the expenses. Wouldn't be that hard. So that's the hope. If I had that now, that would be a nice thing. That would be a good way to spend the day. Day on the lake. Get a boat. I definitely still feel 25. I don't feel 43. I meet people all the... One of the conversations at the gym yesterday, one of the gym owners she's turning 50 this year. And she guessed a couple weeks ago. She's like, oh, you're turning 30, right? I was like, nice. And we were talking, so another woman was there she is turning 30 this year. And the older woman said to the younger woman, Jeremy's turning 30 this year. And she was like, oh, nice. And I'm watching her face, not one shred of disbelief. If I cut this down so there was no white on my beard, I think I could do it easy. I don't think anybody would question me. I'm not ashamed of my age, but I refuse to let it dictate what I'm capable of. You know those old people that, you know, they're like 85, 90 and they're out doing stuff that people in their 60s don't do? I'm going to be one of them. I'm going to be one of those people. Life really does begin at 40. Up until then, you are just doing research. Carl Jung. I've heard that. One of my favorite people, one of the most influential people in my life has told me that. Life starts at 40. Life changed at 40, it really did. Not like a light switch when I turned 40. But my understanding of the world, my willingness to let go a lot of BS changed at 40. And I'm in this interesting paradox because I'm now 42. But I refuse to let go of the aspects of my personality that a lot of people would consider childish. I still like to play. I still like to be silly. I played video games last night. I have Legos on my wall. Maybe I'll go buy a ridiculous Lego set today. I have choices. I have youth. I'm an old child. Or a young 40-something. I don't know how to look at it. Oh, I was starting to say this. When I meet people, I often meet people who are younger than me and they all assume I am younger than them. No one ever gets my age. There was, it's interesting, there's but the last time it happened other than this other one. Yes, Stacy, it's, so I'll read this first. Stacy says, 42, The Meaning of Life, according to Douglas Adams from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. A book that I did not get into. I tried, couldn't make it. But I'm trying. I don't know how many people would get the joke, but so how does 42 feel? Well, it's the meaning of life, you know, something like that. I'm playing with it. So a couple weeks ago at the co-working space, there was a newer member, actually bumped into her on Sunday, her and her husband, and she's 38. They moved in from California. He's 30, and she assumed I was a few years younger than her. No. And I've met her husband. They're both very nice people. He looks older than I do. Most people, and this is one of my challenges, is who do I hang out with, right? Like who, because people my age, most of them have kids and they're done. They're done with new experiences. Everything is about their children. Or, you know, younger people who I can relate to with that longer term perspective on life, a lot of them have very different priorities on how to spend their time. There aren't a lot of people. There aren't a lot of people who match my energy, we'll say. There are two great days in a person's life: the day we were born and the day we discover why. William Barclay. I think I know why. I think I'm doing it. My goal is to make a tangible, lasting impact on the world by getting more people to do martial arts. Not a handful at a school, not a big handful at, a few schools, but literally get thousands or hundreds of thousands, even millions of people to train. That's my goal. That's why I think I'm here. I don't care if I'm known for it. I just want to make it happen. Because I think it's the number one way that I can make a difference. I try to make a difference day to day in my life and the lives of others. But the big thing, the reason I'm here, that's it. At least that's what it looks like right now. If something else better comes along, I'll do that. To me, old age is always 15 years older than I am. Bernard Baruch. That's been interesting as I've gotten older. I remember being in my 20s and thinking 60 was old. And now that 60 is not that far away, I see plenty of 60-year-olds who are doing great things. One of them that I really like, Grant Cardone, the guy who wrote the 10X Rule, he's been really interesting to pay attention to because he doesn't act. He's like, I think 60, 62. He doesn't act it, not at all. And I know people, Bill Wallace is 74. Bill doesn't act it. You wouldn't know it. I mean, yeah, he gets stiff, but still phenomenal. I'm lucky I have some mentors who don't act their age, not a bit. And if that's the case, then isn't old just a perspective? It's not really, there's no line. It's a standard. If you're 70 and you don't feel old, you're not old. But I've known people in their turning 30 and they're falling apart and they feel old. Oh, that's old. Old's how you feel. Young is how you feel. I'm young. I got plenty of time. World's not getting rid of me that easily. And our last quote for the day. This is funny. I want to thank you guys for watching. Thanks for, celebrating my birthday with me. If you don't follow me on social media, here's what I'm going to ask of you. This has nothing to do with whistlekick. So I'm going to ask for two things. One of two things. I'm going to give you a choice. Let's see if I can process this now. I haven't had time to work this out, but here's what I'm asking. We live in a world now where everyone looks for reasons to say no, to be negative, to dismiss people, to shut them down, to cancel, essentially to bully. And we've talked on this show a lot about how this all comes as a result of a lack of empathy. We don't put much effort into caring about what other people feel, what they experience, what their lives are like anymore. We used to. We used to defend others. We used to have some space in our heart for them. And so that's the first thing I'm gonna offer up for today. Just for today. I want you to try to be a little more empathetic to those around you. If you read someone post something on social media and it starts to get your hackles up, take a step back and say, okay, I don't have to engage with this. And if I do, I don't have to do so in an angry, dismissive, argumentative way. And even if that's where I want to go, why is it this person wants to say or do, or why are they acting this way? It's not because they're stupid. It's not because they don't get it. It's because they have different experiences than you do. Try to understand those experiences. Try to put yourself in their place. There's a reason we have cliches like walk a mile in their shoes, and that those cliches are very old. This is something we've recognized as important for a very long time. And we need to bring it back. Okay. The second thing, if that's not your inclination, I'd like you to consider a charitable organization that means something to you and do something for them, whether that's making a financial donation or even just, I don't know, sharing a post of theirs in the hopes that someone else might do so. Okay, so there are the two things. I'm not going to ask you to buy anything from me, from whistlekick today. Not at all. Oh, the audiobook's up, BTW. Before I could even get around to looking at it, we sold 2 copies. So, yay. The audiobook is up for Faith. Actually, I think it came out pretty good. So, feel free to check that out. Oh, and if you bought a copy, this is something I'm only doing here for First Cup. If you bought, prior to today, you bought Faith as either a Kindle or a paperback book, send me a copy of the email or a screenshot showing that you did prior to today, and I will send you a code for a free version of the audiobook. Okay, here's the last quote. You know you're getting old when the candles cost more than the cake. Bob Hope. I don't know if I'm gonna have any cake today. I gotta have something. I gotta do something like that. Having some friends over on Saturday, maybe I'll save cake for them. I don't know. I want to thank you for joining me today on my birthday. I hope you have a fantastic day. I'm gonna go work really hard to have a great day. I appreciate you being part of my day. Thanks so much. And I'll see you back here tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Peace.